Thank you, Mr. Solomon, for also honoring this invite despite your busy schedule. Thank you for joining us. So, over to you.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in today. So, can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, just indicate. All right. Thank you. I can see the hands. Okay. So, yeah. So this is our first community office hour, and we want to kind of make it very special, right? We want to walk you guys through what mastering backend is and why we have the community and what our plans are in terms of the community and how we want to kind of help you learn backend engineering practically. Okay, so I'm going to be talking a lot and also sharing my screen and showing you guys everything that we have been building. All right, so first of all, as a disclaimer, this call is currently being recorded. Okay, so this is going to be available on YouTube for you guys to take a look at it maybe one more time. Okay, all right, so I just wanted to point that out. First, I am Solomon Eseme, the founder of Mastering Backend. And what really is Mastering Backend? So Mastering Backend actually started around 2020. Sorry, I didn't come with any presentation, but I could just help myself with my pitch deck. So let me try to bring that up, okay? I'm coming, just give me a few minutes. Okay, so I'm almost there. All right, so I got it. Let's see. Let me share my screen so that we can all see. All right, so let me know if you can see my screen. So I just switch to that side. Okay, so there is an indication. All right, so let's see. I can present this, very big so that everybody can still see this stuff. All right, so let's just use it from here. Okay, so Mastering Backend is building the next generation of software engineers who is able to solve today's and tomorrow's problem. Okay, so you know that backend engineering is kind of growing every day and advancing into different areas. And to keep up with these different things that you have to learn in backend engineering, it can be very overwhelming. So that is why we have Mastering Backend to actually bring to you guys these resources, the lessons, the practical approach, and all of these things to make sure that you learn backend engineering the right way. Okay. All right. So hold on. So Blessing, help me just accept people to the meeting while I continue. All right. Okay, so a little bit of my story here. So when I started learning programming, I think that was around 2011. So I spent about 4 years, just learning the Java programming language. Okay, so I think the problem was Java. Maybe Java was a bit difficult or something, but that wasn't really the problem. So the problem was because I was learning it the wrong way, right? I was focused more on watching tutorials, following exactly what the instructor in that tutorial is doing. And at the end of the day, I would feel as if I have learned something, but in reality, I haven't learned anything. What I have simply done is just keep on watching tutorials and, stuff like that. So when I discovered that I have been diving into tutorial hell for the past 4 years, I had to change my approach. So what I did was to pick a Windows calculator in, everybody knows Windows calculator on their laptops, and say, okay, I want to make sure that I build this calculator, whether come rain, come sun, whatever would happen. Okay. So I did a whole lot of research. I tried several approaches, and at the end of the day, I was able to build that calculator. Okay, it wasn't very very perfect, but at least it was working, and it was to the point that I wanted it to get to as a beginner. Now, the one thing that approach towards learning actually did for me was to change my mindset towards how I learn things. Okay, so instead of watching different videos, right, and trying to learn in that approach, I started to move into the practical based approach where I pick a thing, a project or something, and then try to work on that project using whatever I am learning at that moment. Okay, so from there I actually continue building, and I built several other projects like that. And then one important thing that I learned was that based learning project-based learning isn't just better, it is very, very transformational, right? It is one of the best way that you can learn things. Okay, so from my story, you could identify a few problems. So the first one was tutorial hell, which is endless content, consuming of content, and watching YouTube different courses without actually knowing exactly what you need to know. And then another problem is you do not have any practical experience because you haven't been able to build anything at all. You are just following what the instructor is doing. Okay, so these problems causes career stagnation at some point because you won't be able to access international opportunities if you are not good enough, right? Or maybe if you keep having doubts. So these problems or these issues that I identified by myself is the reason why I started Mastering Backend, to be able to make sure that people do not fall into the trap of tutorial hell and also into the trap of not having practical experiences. All right. So what is like the vision of Mastering Backend? So here I am actually building a platform that I wish I had. And on top of this, my personal vision, we have things like empowering the next generation of software engineers who are able to solve problems in a thriving and thrive rather in a global tech economy, right? So you see that, like I mentioned before, backend engineering is spreading and is expanding into different areas. And there are people who are the pioneers of these different trends. And if you are able to learn deeply, and if you're able to make sure that you use your practical knowledge, to build yourself, you will see that you will be among those that are in this thriving global tech economy. Okay, so there are lots of things here, but I won't really go into details because I still have another presentation to show you. But the main idea that I have, created out is that we have the learn, the build, and the grow methodology that we use to solve these problems, right? So for the learn aspect, we kind of give you structured learning path for any backend stack that you can think of. And these courses are created by industry experts and they come in a practical manner. Okay. So you have to be very, very much practical oriented by the time you finish each of these courses. And then for the build part, we also, make you build real world projects, using our AI powered code editor that helps you in terms of building these projects and learning how, real backend systems are built. So you do not have to worry yourself about the front end aspect because it will also be built for you. You just have to make sure that you build out the back end for the front end to start working properly. Okay, so that is the build aspect. And then we have different features that makes up the build aspect. So for the grow aspect, we help you with different interviewing skills, like we have interviewing prep or interviewing preparation platform. We have certification, and of course, we have this community that is, helping a lot in terms of making sure that you learn and learn in the right way. Okay, so these are the solutions that we have. And if I move forward to our new landing page that is coming in very, very soon, you are going to see, how these different approaches helps you transform your career. Okay, so for the learn part, we have courses, like I mentioned, we have boot camps, we have roadmaps, we have paths. So I may not have time to explain each of them, but whatever aspect that you choose from here is going to be practical oriented. So whether you choose to join our boot camps, for some of us here, you have experienced some of our boot camps in the past, or you choose to take a course from Mastering Backend, or you choose to take a roadmap. Each of these approach that you take are very much practical oriented, and you are going to build lots of projects while taking any of these aspects. Okay, so for the build parts, like I said, we have the MB project, which is where we list out, thousands of projects for you to pick from and build. So these projects already have front end, and then you have a code editor for you to build out your project just right in our platform. Okay, so we also have Project 30, which is like a challenge-based project where you can say to yourself that in 30 days you want to build 30 projects, or in 60 days you want to land a job, or whatever challenge that you have for yourself. So that will actually be created in this Project 30 page, and then you follow along just like that. And then for MB Lands, is more like different quizzes that you do to end points and then move to the next stages. So all these are different ways that we use to make sure that we reinforce the practical knowledge inside any software engineer or backend engineer that is using our platform. And then for the grow part, we have MB interviews, mock interviews, certifications, and of course we have this community, and then we are helping through this community reach out to different people and speak to them like this to know what their problems are and how we can be of help in solving these problems. Okay, so that is exactly what we have for Mastering Backend. You can register on the platform right now, and then you'll be greeted with this landing page right here. It is already up as we speak for some of us that haven't visited the Mastering Backend dashboard for a long time. So it is categorized into courses, bootcamps, learning paths, roadmap. So the ones with WIP, we are currently building it, and it is not active at the moment, but these ones without it are active, and you can start taking any of that part. So, but for projects, you can start because this month we are launching this one. So we've actually made this one available, even though it has WIP on it. Okay. So we're working on the interviewing part, but for now, I'm just going to demo one of these for you so that you take a look at how it looks like. So I'm going to demo the MB interviews. So the MBA interviews is like this. Sorry, this is my local host, so you might not really get this on the live one. So the MBA interviews is into two. First of all, we have project-based interview, and then we have algorithm-based interviews, right? So the project-based interview are more like these take-home tests that company gives out, where they give you a project to go and build at home and then submit this project later. So sometimes you don't really know what these companies are looking for, or what they are going to check, or what they are going to score you with. So you just do a guest job and then submit your project. But this platform is going to help you in terms of telling you exactly what you did right and what you did wrong. So I'm going to try to demonstrate it for you. So you have like list of different interviews that you can take. For example, build a URL shortener, an e-commerce API, or all of these. So let's assume that we want to build this one. So I'll click on Start Interview. So once you do that, you see like a detailed information about what you need to do and the grading criteria. Okay. So if you click on Start Interview, you have your timer, going, and then you have a place for you to build out your product or the APIs, of course. So at the left-hand side, you see like the requirements. Of course, each of the companies are going to give you like requirements for you to work on, right? So you see the requirements right here. Let me take this one on the side. So you see the requirement right here. and then you see the technologies that is required for you to use on this project. Okay, this side, you can create as many files as you want, and normally as if you're working on VS Code. Okay, but the interesting part is, as you write your product, you can test it to see if it matches what was required, right? So as you write an endpoint, you click on run, and then we are going to like tell you, okay, you passed, handling test, you pass performance test, you pass basic functionality test, but you are missing in terms of code quality. So you can then go in there and fix some of the code qualities, right? So another thing that you could do is you also have terminal right here where you can, of course, install npm packages and any one that you're using. Okay, you can actually see your score in terms of how you're doing for code quality, for functionality, if you've written test or not. But the interesting part is that if you submit this project, let's say you're done writing everything based on the requirements, and then you submit this interview, meaning that you've sent it to the company, right? So this is going to give you like a score. It's going to tell you, okay, out of all what you've done, your grade is like B or C or A, depending on the quality of the project that you build. And then you're also going to see your grading criteria. And most importantly, you're going to see your strengths and also your areas of improvement. So different places that you can work on. And we are also going to suggest like courses for you to take in this to improve this area. Okay. And then you also have like a detailed feedback based on the criteria that we have and many other things. Okay. So this is how the project-based interview works. But at the same time, you can practice data structure and algorithm interviews. So in that case, you need to look out for algorithms tag like this. For this one, it is backend, but for this one, it's algorithm. So if you click on start interview, of course, you have like a detailed information about it. And next, you click on start, right? And you are greeted with something like this. So here you can write your test. You can choose any programming language of your choice, write your test, and run it to see if you pass or not. So in this case, I failed this one and I passed this one. Okay, so if you submit this test, you're still going to see the same information, and then you're also going to see areas of improvement, which is going to give you ways that you can improve your technical interviewing skills. Okay, so that is what we have for interviews. And again, you have as many different tools right here to help you grow very much in your backend engineering skills. Okay, I don't want to take much time, and that's why I'm not able to present all these other features. But for those of us that have access to the Mastering Backend platform, you can definitely check everything out. And if you have any question at any moment, since you are in the community, you can ask the community manager, or you ask me directly. All right, so thank you very much for joining. Okay, so I'm done. I am waiting for people that has questions. Yeah, I can see some hands. Very much. That's really impressive. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So do we have any question? Yeah, so since if you have any question, just raise your hand somehow, but let me just continue, right? So this is our first community office hour. So the idea of this community office hour is not for me to come and present Mastering Backend to you guys. No, the idea is it's a platform where we actually teach different topics in backend engineering, right? So every I think is once in a month, or Blessing is going to communicate the durations, the timing for everybody. But once in a while, we are going to invite kind of guest speakers to come and talk to us about a specific topic in backend engineering. So it could be about distributed system, it could be about databases, it could be about any topic at all in backend engineering, and we are going to ask different questions, have like a session where we learn new thing every time we have these office hours. Okay, so for this one, since it is just the first one, I just wanted to introduce you guys to what we've been building, in mastering backend. All right. So I am now waiting for questions so that we can continue the conversation from there. All right, Daniel, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Okay, so my question is, are there like free courses on mastering backend that we can take just to understand how the platform works? And if it's something that interests us, then we can consider for like maybe because I see that there's premium that we can consider. So are there courses that like okay, free, maybe the first few courses, let's say someone wants to learn Java now, maybe the introduction to Java can be like free, then others premium, or before you get any course, then you have to pay for it.
No, no, no. Yeah, thank you very much for that question. So there are definitely free courses, right? So like you've rightly mentioned, we have like all the essential courses are going to be free. So if you look at the one online, all the essential courses are going to be free. But right now, they are not. The reason is simple. We are still kind of uploading all our content that we had on the old platform, right? So when we are done uploading all this content and creating all the quizzes for each of these courses, they are going to be free. All the essentials are going to be free. But what I can do right now is if you look at mastering backend, right? If you join it and then you are interested in any of the courses, if you are not able to get it for free, I'm going to activate your account to be able to get it for free, right? But if you need any discount at all, just reach out to me. The discount is very, 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 very large. Okay. So just reach out to me on that. All right. Do you have any other question? All right, blessing, you can continue from now.
Okay. I know that a lot of us have questions. So even if you can't ask the questions, I believe that you can drop it in the message box. Drop your questions. Thank you very much, Mr. Solomon. We're seeing that Mushroom Backend platform or dashboard is really a lot, and you can benefit from Mushroom Backend. It's not just a platform that you pay your money and you say, "Oh, they took my money, I didn't benefit from it." You pay and you get what you have paid for. So I want to say thank you to everybody that have joined. Thank you, Mr. Solomon, for giving us this breakdown of what Mastering Backend is about, of what Mastering Backend is about. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. So if you still have your question, you can drop. Then for our spring, the people that have been very active, thank you very much for participating. And also, if you have not, you still want to join the spring, you're free to sign up. I'm going to talk to Mr. Solomon so that he can still give access to people that want to join the spring. So you know that the MB project was not even supposed to be given to us since the dashboard they're still working on it. But he gave a lot of us access to that. And I'm seeing that so many persons that registered are not even participating. Please, let's endeavor, let's try and participate in this. Please, let's try and participate. And also, there's going to be, I'm supposed to do this announcement. So I think this is a very good medium to give the announcements. By the end of the spring, there's going to be a presentation section. So the person that builds the project very well is going to be given an award. So please, let's put all it takes to build this project. I want to say big shout out to Onyedikachi. Yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. Onyedikachi. I want to say thank you for always showing participating. I want to say thank you. A big shout out also to the king. I think the kingmaker. Thank you so much for joining the spring, and so many other persons that have always been sending their daily reports for the spring. And also the essence of this daily report is just for us to be on the same page. It's like a check-in so that we'll know that we are still on the project, and let's endeavor to build and always be active on the Slack. Just like Mr. Solomon said, we are going to be having webinars on about Mastery Backend. We'll be inviting guests that will be coming to speak to us in different sections of backend development, what it takes, what we need. So we are going to be having guests. Maybe you're going to be doing it once in a month or once in 2 months. I know that everybody is busy, but believe me, it's really going to be very interesting, very educative, and it's going to be fun. Thank you to everyone that have joined. So I don't know if the questions, as if we still have questions, you can raise up your hand and maybe using an emoji and we'll respond to you. Any question? Okay, you can speak.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Good
Am I
afternoon.
audible, please? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions. My number
Okay.
one question is the sprint that you're talking about. How can one participate in it?
Oh, okay. I've been making there are several announcements that we made about it. We were given access to the MB project on the dashboard, where you will see different projects to build. And we are working on FinPay projects. And I made several announcements. I was sending messages for people to join so that they can register on the MB project and given access to these MB projects. I believe that maybe you didn't get the message. So I'm still going to drop the I'm going to drop the link so that you can register and you'll be given access. Although we have gone far, but you can still meet up.
All right.
All right, please
Let,
do. I appreciate
Okay.
it.
sorry, Riwan. It seems like
Yeah.
you're not in the community or something, but the MD project is that platform that I talked about where you build project and stuff. So we have like about 20 projects that is listed at the moment that people can start building, right? So I open kind of a better access to like a few persons who indicated interest. So if you are in the community, you can also join. Just DM Blessing is going to let me know, and then I will give you access to it. All right.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So any other question?
Yes, I have once chatted Solomon. I don't know if you can remember. I asked about the boot camp. So he said currently that he's not available, that they are not taking people in for boot camp for now. But he didn't give me like a specific time that is going to be available. So I wanted to ask if um, the boot camp is happening anytime soon.
Yeah. Thank you very much. The boot camp, we actually paused the boot camp for now because we wanted to like have a platform where we can track everything, right? So the platform is ready at the moment, but we're holding on for we need to add more content on the platform. So the boot camp is going to happen this year again, but for now we don't have a definite date, and we are going to communicate that via the emails that you've submitted to us.
All right, all right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. So someone else was raising their hand. I think Kanu, can you speak now?
Sorry. I think it's afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Um,
Yeah.
good afternoon, Mr. Solomon. Good afternoon, Blessing.
Good
First of all,
afternoon.
thanks for the mastering backend platform. I know for a while, I've seen discovering mastering backend. I've been more productive and very, very much into building projects. But quick question. Um, I just want to drop this scenario. Let's say I'm a newbie coming into, or I've decided that for some reason I want to be a backend developer. And I log on to Mastering Backend, I see the parts where I can either take a course or build a project. I cannot build a project because I basically don't know anything. Um, is there any way that Mastering Backend now helps me decide what best programming language fits? I don't know, probably my personality or my character in a way, instead of, let's say, I'm going onto the platform and I'm seeing a part for just Python, or I'm seeing a part for JavaScript, or I'm seeing a part for Java, which are like different programming language you can use for building backend infrastructures. Like, how does mastering backend then help me like decide on a particular programming language to use myself, or is it a case where I just go on the parts on Python, then let's say a year or two, I now decided, oh, maybe Python is not for me. Then I try JavaScript. Oh, maybe JavaScript is not for me. And I try Java. Like all those awesome. Is there a way mastering backend helps me eliminate that and like point a particular one I can just use?
Yeah, the answer to that question is yes, definitely. So if you look at the parts, that parts feature. So what that parts feature does is amazing actually. So it kind of gives you, we are going to create parts for different set of persons, right? So we usually have, you know, users from like that studied nursing, some people that are undergraduate, all these different kind of different persons. So the parts feature is going to create like a part for these different people. So when you come, you already know, the place that you need to start and the path that you need to follow based on who you are, right? Now, to answer your question in terms of choosing a programming language, okay, so there would be a basic introduction to backend course that deep dives into a lot of backend, terminologies, and then pinpoint different languages and what they are good for. So with that course, you are going to be able to know exactly which language that suits what you have in mind to do, and then you look for a path that aligns with who you are, and then follow along from there. So the answer to the question is yes, that is definitely going to be solved when mastering backend is fully launched.
So nice. Like, yeah. So it's not a feature that is out yet, but it's something that will be available when like it's fully out there, like the product or the
Yes,
service are fully like.
yeah, there's not a feature that is out now, but what is out now is that you can, DM me and then we have a meeting and I'll help you, pick a programming language that aligns with your goals. Okay. But when the features are out, you're actually going to see it on the platform.
All right, yeah, that sounds really amazing. Yeah, thanks for the clarification.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Solomon. So any other question? Any other question? Is anybody raising their hands again? We have really spent lots of time. Okay, if there is no other question, we want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody that have joined this meeting or this community office hour. Thank you very much for joining. So if you are not following any of our social media platforms, please follow us on Instagram, follow us on X, follow us on LinkedIn, and follow us. Okay, Raman, okay, you can speak.
Right. Thank you. Good evening. Good afternoon, everyone. So,
Okay.
um, thank you. Can you all hear me very well?
Yes, we can.
Okay. thank you for this meeting. And so I recently just logged into Mastery Backend platform. I think that was last week, and actually it got my hope, like my it got my hope high because mastering backend or anything software, I mean, and mastering it and getting to know it very well has to do with the materials you use, probably the videos or the books you could be able to read to learn. So actually, currently, I think most of everything in Mastery Backend platform are just blocked. Like you can't gain access to them. So I just want, because I don't know the kind of materials they have. I just want to know if 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 Mr. Solomon can shed more light, because I think I joined it too, on on how good these materials are. Are they probably reading materials or they're just basically videos, and how indeed these materials can help people that are just coming into backend? Because I'm a front-end engineer, so I'm just coming to backend, and I've been looking online for different videos. Some videos just explain in parts and don't really give out, like dish out the main thing that has to do with backend. So I want to know, because I can see a lot of features in the Mastery backend that really excites me. I want to know, probably it can shed more light on how we can navigate through each of the aspects in the platform to best understand backend engineering.
All right. So I think I need to do another presentation to answer this, right? So let me share my screen again. Um, Start with this one, right? Okay, so I can't really explain all the features again, but courses are just, you know, video courses or text-based courses. Comes, the number of bootcamps that we usually do before, but this time it is now going to be managed on this platform. So if you will be able to get access to free stuff, yeah, definitely. So if you look at, let's say you click on this pro, and then you go to view available plans, right? So if you look at the free side of things here, you'll be able to get access to free courses, right? You'll be able to get access to projects. The project here means, the normal projects that you'll be building. You'll get access to interviews. So that simply means you get access to this interview section where you can practice your interview, right? You get access to community forum. The community forum is here. Here is just a limited version of what will be happening in Slack. So Slack is going to be like our main community where all the interactions happens and all the boot camps happens right there on Slack. But here is just for events. If we have events like this, it's going to be listed under this community. You can take a look at it. This is how it's going to look. Here you see upcoming events and some messages that people would drop on courses and stuff like that. And then you see like top contributors when it comes to who is watching more videos, solving more problems, and all of that. But all right, let me go back to here. And then for the learning parts, you have access to basic learning parts. Like since you are coming from front end to back end, there will be a part that basically helps you navigate between being a front-end engineer towards becoming a back-end engineer. So all of that part is going to be created here. And you can actually create your own parts, and it's going to be public for other people to actually see it. Okay, so it's going to be very, very fun when we are done with this part. But aside from this, in terms of having access to free stuff, definitely you would have access to free stuff. So some of my books are free and some of our blog contents are free. So for a backend, for a front-end guy like you that wants to transition, you can go to hubs.masteringbackend.com. You will have access to free Java backend development, free advanced Docker, and then free backend engineering that contains a whole lot of chapters. Free system design stuff. So you just go to this URL, you have access to it. What is written, it's access to a lot of important courses that is going to help you move from maybe front end to back end fully. And then when you become like an intermediate, then you start looking for these intermediate access to things. Okay. So that is to answer your question. Yes, you have access to a lot of free stuff. So you can start with this one that I have shared right here. Okay. So let me know if that answer your question or if you have any follow-up question, please.
Thank you so much. I think I'm good, but I didn't get the name of the URL.
All right. So sorry, guys. You guys are still seeing this old design. The reason is we've not really launched the new designs yet, but everything is coming gradually. Okay.
Okay, you can check the message, the in chat. You will see the link.
Thank you. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
You're welcome. So, is there any other question? Okay, you can speak. If you're raising your hand, please, you can speak. Unmute yourself and speak.
I think it's Rewan.
Yes.
Yeah, Rewan has spoken before, but he hasn't dropped his hand. So I think he doesn't
Okay.
want to speak now. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Let me do that. Let me go.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Solomon, for this breakdown. So please follow us on all our social media platforms. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you gain access to when we drop new content. Follow us on X, follow us on LinkedIn. People that are following us on X, they have been saying a lot of good things that they are happy, they are excited, they have learned a lot. Follow us on Instagram also. Thank you very much for joining the
Yeah.
community office hour.
Again,
Okay, Mr. Someone, you want to
yeah. So the courses that you see on the Masteringbackend platform that are included in pro version, those essential courses, you can actually get them for free on our YouTube channel. Like I said, it's definitely going to be free. But for now, since we are still uploading things, that's why it's still under pro. But you can actually get them for free right now on our YouTube channel. So if you go there, you see all the playlists for those courses.
Okay, thank you very much. So I believe that for some of us that are asking, so I think, Mr. Solomon, I'm going to ask you this question. Since you've been given saying that very soon is going to be launched fully, so when are we looking at? This year, next year, in 2 months' time, or in 1 month time?
Yeah, for timing, we are actually doing incremental build. So what that means is we build one feature, we launch that feature, we build the next one, we launch it. So like I said, it is up. I can mention some of the features that are up right now. We have courses, we have boot camps, we have MB project is launching this month. We have Project 30 up. We have roadmaps up, right? So we have like 5 features that you can start using right now. I mean, maybe this to the end of this month. But then for the next feature that we are launching is MB Lands. So MB Land is like free code camp, but this time we are trying to gamify the process where you solve problems, move to the next one, and earn points. The more points that you earn, you can use it to buy some courses that are premium that you don't want to subscribe for. You can use these points to actually buy other things like maybe a mesh or whatever stuff that you can purchase, right? So that is the next feature that we are launching, but we currently have like 5 features that will be up and running this month. Okay.
Wow,
So
thank you very much. That's good.
when I say
Thank
fully
you.
launch, actually mean like the landing pages changed, every feature is completed. So that is incremental. So we do not know like specific dates for that, but we keep launching things one after the other. And you can join the there's a channel called Product Updates on Slack where I share these updates as they come in. Okay.
Okay. So, for those of us that are just joining you, maybe you joined from X and you're just hearing about our Slack community, we're still going to drop a link to join our Slack community. Also to those of us that are in our Slack communities and you're not active, please try and participate. Join us so that you can get more information. Thank you, Mr. Solomon, for honoring this invite. Thank you. Okay, the links are dropped already in the message box, so you can just check if you're just joining you. Join our Slack community. Also, the link to our YouTube channel is dropped there. You can just subscribe, turn on your notification box so that you can get notified when we drop new videos or new content. Thank you very much to everyone that have joined. Also to our Spring, those persons that still want to participate, please send me a message on Slack. Once you join, send me a message on Slack so that I can send you the link to register and you have access to the MB project. Thank you everyone for joining. Do have a lovely weekend. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.